A warm welcome to Diski Talk with Luyolo. If you're tuning in for the very first time, I do ask that you please subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you've been a part of this journey, I hope you thoroughly enjoy this episode. So, on today's episode, we discuss all things Orlando Pirates, Ayanda Patosi, Thabo Nodada, and Nkosinathi Sibisi, as the transfer window is open, and these are three players who are heavily linked to Orlando Pirates. We will then start with Ayanda Patosi, who currently plies his trade in Iran, and he plays for Falud. And this is a player then who has done very well over the years, and a quality player with great technical ability. And he does play as an attacking midfielder. He can play as a wing as well. But when it comes to this Orlando Pirates side, I think then he would be played and used as an attacking midfielder. So he does then bring that quality, as he's very good then when it comes to those deliveries, when it comes to set pieces, and also in open play. Then he's a very direct player who always looks then to get those shots off at goal, as when he was playing for Cape Town City, he did score amazing goals, not just for Cape Town City, but throughout his career, he has scored pretty amazing goals from distance and from long range, which then shows the amount of technical ability that he possesses. And I do think then that this is a player that Orlando Pirates would welcome and that they would need, because I do think that they are in need of an attacking midfielder. So, and which would balance then the attack. So you'd have Lorch off the one side, and then you'd have Pule off the one side, or you could have Pule off this side and then Lorch off that side, and then having an Ayanda Patosi. When you have a look at those three, I think that from a qualitative perspective, that this would be a deadly creative three, and they would create so many chances for this Orlando Pirates side. And I do then think that whoever plays as a striker, you know, and has these three behind him and looking to supply him, would be very, very happy. And then when we move it on right along, then the next player to look at is Thabo Nodada. So Thabo Nodada then does play as a midfielder. He plays as an 8, as a box-to-box. This is a player then who has so much energy, and over the years has done well for Cape Town City. A player then who at times does tend to push up and find those goals for Cape Town City. Also another player then who has scored a couple of amazing goals, and also how he reads the game and how he's also able to pop up into the box and finish off those chances. This is a player then who's got lots of energy, and what I like about him is that he has so much verticality and very penetrative in his play with regards to the runs he makes and with regards to the passes from the heart of midfield. And I think this is something that Orlando Pirates do need from the midfield. So they do have quality within the midfield. They've got ball players, but at times they lack that energy from the midfield. That player then who can go box to box and is always looking then to use his creative ability then to create the chances, and also then at times finish off the chances himself. So I think that would be a good player for Orlando Pirates to sign. And then when we have a look at it, then you've got Nkosinathi Sibisi, who currently plies his trade at Golden Arrows. This is a player then who has been linked with Orlando Pirates in the past, and I think that this is a player that Orlando Pirates would welcome, especially considering that from a defensive perspective, Orlando Pirates at times have struggled, especially in the absence of Uhepijele. And also then when you're looking at planning for the future, Nkosinathi Sibisi is 26. He is a player then who is growing in leaps and bounds. He is the captain of Golden Arrows as well. And also then a player then who is very, very solid within the heart of defense. And what I like about him is that at Golden Arrows, he does play as the left-sided centre-back, and then you'd have Olisanda. And I think as the pair of them, they could institute a very, very strong centre-back pairing for this Orlando Pirates side. And I also think that going forward then, this could be a centre-back pairing then, which could be solid and help this Orlando Pirates side with regards to defending goals. And I think that they'd also complement each other very well, because when you have Nkosinathi Sibisi, he's a lot more physical, he's a lot stronger, whereas Olisanda is the much more ball-orientated centre-back the centre back then who is a lot more intelligent with regards to how he reads the game, So you could then always have Sibisi looking to engage play and very physical, very strong. And then you have an Olisanda who's looking then to start play as well. So I think that when you have a look at these three players in Ayanda Patosi, in Thabo Nodada, and Nkosinathi Sibisi, these are three players then who would bring so much quality to this Orlando Pirates side, as I think that they're also players then who are needed for Orlando Pirates, because Orlando Pirates in the past have been signing so many players, and in certain positions they're very stacked. However, when you have a look at these three players, I think these are three players who could very well fit into the system and who could very well fit into Orlando Pirates. And when you have a look at the players around them, I think that they would also help those around them to improve. However, as we do know, it is the transfer window, and during the transfer window, so many players are linked, and sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't happen. Mine is to show you how they would fit in from a tactical standpoint and what does their technical ability do to this Orlando Pirates side. At home, do let me know, what do you make of these three players potentially coming to Orlando Pirates? Do you think that they could add that quality for Orlando Pirates, or do you think that Orlando Pirates should be having a look at different players? So thank you very much for tuning in to yet another special episode of Diski Talk with Luyolo. Signing out.